Dude's pissed.
You think that was a guy, or you think that was someone else?
The one that was below, it was definitely a different guy. I see him right here. He's strafing over. He's dead. DVL's too good. I don't have to use it anymore. Hope you get your kills. Excuse me? Got a 60 and a 30.
For some reason that makes me feel like Kill is fucking with people that have power. There is some warmage on the ground right here, I don't know.
Is there?
It's not good, but it's something. You want to run that?
I might do that. Gotta even have a foregrip on this thing now. What's the stats on it? Ay ay ay. Oh, he's on single fire. Trying to use it as a fucking DMR or something. I'm just gonna strip this. Do you want it?
Not really.
Just a stock M4.
You need food, let me know.
Oh, I should probably.
Definitely not kill, that's just someone fucking around, I guess.
Yeah. They be fucking. want to check the guy above, but he probably didn't have shit.
Yeah, we can go up there, but
Who's some of these dead scavs? There's water.
I'm gonna run into had a player or a scav.
Scav. Thought there were two of them though. Maybe not.
I'm in Mantis.
I'm gonna come put my arm back on. You hear anything above you, do you?
No, I heard a scav to the right when I was running in, that was it.
Yeah, I hear scav. There's scavs everywhere.
Could be someone just out there doing their scav kill quests. Sounds like I got a fucking RPG though.
I think it is an RPD. I kinda wanna go check the body. Guess that would be a good time. Ooh, there's dead bodies everywhere up here. Holy fuck. I don't know if I like this. Oh, this guy was. I didn't think he had a helmet on. He had the thing on.
We can just run the railway if you want reset. Some decent shit. Plus it's 20 minutes, so players get on the map.
Yeah, I heard something in front of me. Too. Play. Oh, probably Aska that yelled. Is the power on? I've got the key for the underground extract.
No, I don't think so. Nope.
No.
Dickhead set up power flipped an RPD the entire time and just took vehicle extract.
So we gotta go where?
Railway. Get right out the front door.
Well, should we look out the window for a second before we go?
Escalator.
That might be a PMC.
That was a scab with a pilgrim bag.
Can you even see fucking railway campers from there? Behind us?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that running is.
And Tardups.
Alright. Bounce.
Yeah. What was that shooting at?
Maybe someone running around in Goshen, maybe. Oh, there's a dead something. That's someone laying down in front of this door right here. That's dead shit. Some comfort inside. Get my stam up and I'm just gonna run for it.
stand. Still getting used to this mouse. Seems good. And you get those books too. Forgot about that.
guys. They're just like, this little selfish son of a bitch. If we don't do something for her, there's gonna be an uproar. We're gonna turn your small home into a 2-story mansion. What? During the reveal, they were beyond appreciative, but the producers of the show didn't think through what manufacturing a gift of this magnitude entails. I think it's more of a oopsie daisy afterthought, because while the house was paid for, the utilities and the tax bills, they're not. They don't pay for those. A house of this size costed much more in utilities than their modest 1-story home. The first electric bill for this home, single month electric bill for this home, was $2,200. Okay?
How?
I don't know if they're like, we're mansion owners now, so every light in the house has to be on, and we're running the AC at 60 degrees. Maybe that could have been it, but there's no way their mortgage was $2,200. The electric bill alone is probably, at that time, triple what they were paying their mortgage. Not only were their life savings being drained, but having a mansion complete with a home theater being broadcasted all over television led to an increase in attempt and robberies. Would you just not immediately sell the home? I wonder if they have a clause in there where like you cannot sell it for X amount of time, because in that way it's just people would just get on the show and flip the house or something. On many occasions, people would break into their home, one time resulting in Cassandra coming face to face with a hammer-wielding burglar.
Cassandra, she's
The cancer child, who was like, just give the kids something else, leave us behind, is put into now this like prison she didn't even ask for, and people are coming in trying to beat her to death with a hammer. Cool, Extreme Homemakers, that's awesome. Move that bus. Fuck off. They were forced to purchase tons of expensive security cameras to protect themselves, despite still struggling to pay their bills. I probably would have hit up one of the producers. I would have been like, dude, listen, it's cool. You gotta get me some fucking cameras for this house or something, an alarm. How are they also making a mansion? They're just like, there's no locks on any of the doors. We were strapped as it is, but no locks on any of the doors. During the height of the 2009 recession, they were able to sell the house for $540,000 at the last possible moment before foreclosure. They were able to pay their debts, but left with only $8,000 to start their new lives with. But on the bright side, at least, Cassandra is now cancer-free, married with children, and working as a gymnast. Nice little positive thing. I mean, to be fair, Cassandra's probably like, I didn't even want the fucking house. It's weird to think that like they had to sell the house to get out of debt that the house put them in. That's bullshit. Let's get out of a sad time house makeover and go into The Bachelor, everybody's sexy dating show. Bachelor's been on way too long. I think there's over 30 seasons of The Bachelor.
Did you ever watch The Bachelor?
No. And you know, the thing is too, is I know that if I watched it, I would enjoy it. I love trash television. I love it. I eat it up. The only thing close to The Bachelor I did was Rock of Love Bus with Brett Michaels and all those trashy white trash women.
Hey, Brett! Hello, everybody!
God, he's like the hottest rock star ever.
And I like how there's like 4 seasons, and each new season he's like, well, the last one didn't work out. Because it ends with him like getting together with one of the girls, and he's just like, I don't know, the spark died. You're like, okay, cool, Brett Michaels, thanks. But one of the Bachelor alums says that reality TV almost ruined his family. Chris Bukowski was a handsome TV personality that showed up on multiple shows of the Bachelor franchise. And in 2015, it was revealed that he would retire from reality TV as a whole. What a tragedy. In his words, quote, it almost completely ruined me, my family, and my career. Are you walking away from your career?
Well, I guess that's why it's saying it ruined his career. He has to quit.
In my career. Chris was ridiculed a lot for treating people terribly on his Bachelor appearances, often being seen as desperate and manipulative. I know all the guys are just like, hell yeah. I think with how these shows work is that if you don't get chosen, but you're a popular character, they bring you back. I think that's how some of those work.
Is that The Bachelorette?
I think it's both of them.
Okay.
It goes Bachelor, and then it goes Bachelorette, and it goes back and forth, but I think they just keep bringing people back as long as they're popular, I think. Chris grew distant from his parents because of how they reacted to the things people were saying about him on TV. And Chris's father didn't even want to speak to him. I'd be like, Dad, it's TV. You realize that, like, this is make-believe, right? This is not real? I don't even want to talk to you, son. You're not the boy I raised. It's like, I'm an actor. I'm an actor, Dad. Chris could feel himself becoming more irrelevant, but because he was obsessed with fame and wanted to fix his reputation, he would constantly return to future Bachelor shows, only to further embarrass himself. Buddy, Chris, me and you are in this.
that you?
No.
Sure that's a dead end. Yeah, it is good.
Oh, he saw me. Just people above us.
I guess that nade was for you. Move back a little bit, see if they drop down. Real surprised if they do. But
I doubt it.
that's a power. Hey, there's someone in here. One. There was another one for sure. I have no idea. He's on the left side somewhere still, but that's all I know. Haven't heard any noise. That's someone coming in from the other side, I think. Did not need to reload. Why did I do that? I guess they dude could have technically rotated, I guess. I don't know if there's a way for him to do that. Huh, fuck with this M700 build. It's not the meta, but there's a guy running in on me. He's at
In front?
on
Same
the other
direction?
side. No, the opposite direction with those two dudes. He was on my right, your right as well, actually.
He ran left.
Yeah, he's on the snade. Did he insta kills you? That's interesting.
He's dead.
Somebody killed him. I'm fairly certain it wasn't me. Yeah, if I killed that asshole, it was an accidental chest shot that killed him.
Don't think your nade got him.
No. Now that other dude, I think that other guy that we were fighting may have took the shot on him. Trying to back up to get an angle on there because he started getting aggressive. And I don't know what weapon he has, so he could probably kill me up close.
Same boat, all right?
No, it wasn't
At
my
least you're
grenade,
pretty.
'cause
He became
he
depressed and addicted to
repeated
taking
it.
anxiety medication to cope with the stress. God damn. And in 2015, people saw him at his weakest, getting dangerously drunk on a season of Bachelor in Paradise and leaving after only one episode. He admits he doesn't even remember it. Dude, cool it
Oh,
with the
I did
Bachelor
kill him, though.
appearances. Because I know that the producers are looking at him
Must
like a
have been a
fucking gold
thorax
mine.
shot.
You're addicted to fentanyl and Ambien?
Quick
He's like,
scope or
yeah.
something.
Like, get on back in there, buddy. I think that now's your time. And then in 2015 again, he announced his retirement on TV. Near the end of his speech, he tells the audience, quote, "I finally realized I'll never be able to change the past. I apologize you had to witness my struggle publicly over the last 3 years." He's a handsome man. I don't know. What happened to him? He's alive. I don't know. 2015. That was just a couple years ago. It's a decade. Who knows what happened in the decade with him? We'll see. Hopefully he's married and he's not addicted to Ambien and hydrocodone or whatever. But sometimes reality shows don't just ruin people's lives. For many unfortunate contestants, it leads to their untimely death, which in a way is ruining
I
them.
was gonna say, yeah.
It doesn't just ruin their lives and leave them in the gutter, it actually kills them. Which we could talk about the adventure reality show that led to a helicopter collision. That feels like maybe a bit of a kind of a bad time to bring that one up with what's going on in the world. In 2015, god damn, 2015, what the heck is going on? In 2015, production began for a French reality show called Dropped. How do you say dropped in a... I am French, yeah.
Dropped.
Or say Drew. Two teams of athletes would be blindly dropped into a remote location without any food or assistance, forcing contestants to work together to find civilization. Kind of sounds like a little bit like Naked and Afraid or whatever, but it is funny to be like, yeah, we're just going to drop them with no resources, and we'll check up on them. We have some GoPros in the forest. I'm sure they'll be fine. The season would begin in Argentina and consist of various professional athletes and Olympians as both teams were boarding their helicopters. Tragedy struck. Right after the helicopters took off, they moved too close to each other and collided. Both plummeted to the ground, killing contestants, production staff, and both the pilots. Yeah, there's no way we can show that.
We'll just recreate it in Minecraft or Gary's mod.
10 people in total lost their lives, and the show was subsequently canceled. Could have been a great show. Yeah, we don't even know. We didn't even get to see it.
Why were they flying so close?
What's fucking weird in the video, they're like flying, and you're like, okay, there they go. And then just all of a sudden, they're just like... I've never been on a helicopter. There's nothing in my being that wants to get on a helicopter. It's just tragedy. So many people lost their lives. A lot of famous people. That's all people know. So many. I think that the amount of helicopter crashes a year is actually pretty staggering. You'd be surprised.
Have you seen the Afghans trying to pilot the helicopter?
Have I seen the Afghans trying to pilot the helicopter?
Well, it's like right after the Americans left Afghanistan.
Oh, then we just left a helicopter
Yeah,
there?
it was like truck driver tries to draw and fly an airplane.
Does he just nosedive it?
Immediately goes up and just crashes. Tragic.
That is tragic. Moving on, Terrace House causes resident to end her life. I really gotta stop telling people too that I'm gonna do like a happy video or whatever. I saw in the last video, people were like, I thought you said this week was supposed to be positive.
It didn't record, but I think you would have creamed
This
your
is my
fucking
life. Hope
jorts if you
guys
would have saw the shot that I
looking
just
for
hit.
a nice escape
Did you get 'em?
today. Terrace House was a massively popular Japanese reality show franchise that picked a group of strangers to live together. It was praised for being far less dramatic than a typical
had,
reality show,
bowl
often
action?
showing conflict that was more mundane but realistic.
ハンバーガー好きだけど今日はハンバーガーじゃなくねって言ってるだけじゃないみたいになっちゃってっていうことが許されない彼氏のよ
The Japanese way. Subtle but striking. During Terrace House Tokyo 2019 through 2020, one of the 6 residents was Hana Kimura, a 22-year-old woman who happened to be a professional Japanese wrestler. Looked like Harley Quinn. I thought she was a cosplayer, like a cyberpunk thing. Does that look like a cyberpunk cosplay? While many enjoyed her on the show, getting insight into her life as a wrestler, other viewers were ruthlessly ridiculing her online for being unlikable. But things began to escalate, however, after one particular episode. Kai Kobayashi, another member of the show, who had previous friction with Hannah, accidentally shrunk one of Hannah's ring outfits after carelessly adding his clothes to the wash without removing it. She was fed up, y'all. And what followed was 10 minutes of Kimura aggressively tearing into the man in the heat of the
just killed
moment. The
that
cyberbullying
last
she
guy with
had
the
dealt
headshot.
with
That would've
became
been it.
infinitely worse, which ultimately led to her taking
But no,
her own
2.
life.
なんで私こんな頑張ってんのにあんたにそういう風にされなきゃいけないのお前が喋れよ
なんて言えばわかんない。今は本当にごめんしか言えない。
I like how it's just a person being like, I really wish you wouldn't have done that. This means a lot to me. And the guy isn't even like lashing back out. So opposite of American media, where American media, he'd be like, you bitch, I didn't mean to. I said I'm sorry. She's like, yeah, really? Really? I'll kill you. I'll drag you in the street and I'll kill you. And in this one, she's just like, you know, I feel really hurt. Like, I wish you just would have been more, you know, careful with what you did. And he's just like, and then now Japanese people are just like, you are horrible, bitch! But people discovered gruesome, now deleted tweets from before the incident showing brutal and bloody images of harm posted by Kimura. In other posts, she would reveal the great toll that online ridicule had on her mental health. The rest of the season never aired, and Terrace House has yet to release a new season after the controversy that followed. Reports from former cast members reveal that the producers of the show would aggressively push residents to play certain roles in order to create some of its most iconic moments. Of course, dude. Every bit of reality television is scripted, or it's fabricated. Even if the contestants don't know, things are being played in a way to where the producers know they're going to get the outcome they want.
Do you think someone put her like outfit in the laundry?
I bet you anything somebody put her outfit in his laundry thing, and without him even noticing, he just like was throwing it in. Like something like that where he's like, oh, I didn't know. Or to him, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then, of course, she's devastated. It turns out that this even extends to the argument that led to Kimura being intensely cyberbullied. Text she had sent to her friend prior to the event revealed that she was instructed to go off on Kai Kobayashi and even slap him if given the chance. Her mother claimed that the producers thought that Kimura should act as the heel, similar to how she did in the ring. Like, she's a wrestler, she's the evil one. But because Terrace House has a reputation for being real and not exaggerated, producer intervention like this had a major impact on how cast members were treated outside of the show. Because people thought it was so real, that it was so authentic, they're just like, these are exactly everything that you're doing and seeing is real. And my God, that wasn't the case. And if we want to keep strolling down a positive lane, let's talk about the Ginny Jones
Is it all
murder.
M80s
The
in there?
Ginny Jones show was a massive
Do
popular...
what?
Is it all M80s?
Yeah, it's all just the mid-80s.
tabloid talk show from 1991 hosted by stand-up comedian Ginny Jones. Roll one of the jokes.
Women look for basically the same things in a man. I'll tell you what I find attractive on a man.
Pussy!
That was pretty funny.
I enjoyed it. In 1995, there was an unaired taping of the show titled "Revealing Same-Sex Secret Crush,"
You
where
have
guests
about
would be
4,000 MAs, so really don't.
invited to meet their secret admirers. I feel like the
Yeah, I'd
Jerry
say
Springer show
probably
probably had
not.
an irreversible damage
hate
on
just to
the kind of
leave
stuff
them
people brought into on the air. The episode became public later on as evidence in a court case. What seemed
might
like a
as well,
lighthearted
'cause I'll
show
get my
became strangely
mag grills up, too.
uncomfortable. A 32-year-old Scott Amador awkwardly confessed his love to his friend Jonathan Schmitz, only to be rejected on live TV.
Can you tell us what your status is? Are you involved with anybody or?
No, but I am definitely heterosexual.
plus you
I
get
guess you would say.
Supply to just.
That's all good and fun, right? That happens all the time. Jerry Springer, right? Rip out your hair, it's like some fat redneck chick, and some like little person comes out and like nosedives into the crowd. It's all good fun.
Yeah, but I'm gonna grab a drink.
Man had a hit kit. Pardon me then. Pardon me back. I'm talking to myself. Huh. Bad fucking name.
Right? Because the audience got a big kick out of it. And Jenny Jones did her best to milk the moments for as long as she could by asking tons of follow-up questions, right? She was being the Jerry. Why would you do this, right? Trying to find the human aspect of these people. Days later, Scott pushed further by leaving a sexually inappropriate note at his house, despite knowing he was not at all interested. John confronted Scott directly, and he admitted that the note was from him. So now it's even more weird, because it's like, dude, we're not even on TV. I told you no. I'm not interested. And he's just like, take that. I wrote it for you. Take it.
I bet he was thinking like, well, maybe on air he was pressured, but
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You need to. right? We can't say that because we'll get demonetized. But you want me to suck and slick and sniff and poke? And John's just like, no, dude, no. I have a date later at Dave and Buster's. Like, I'm like trying to get my sucked later by a girl. And he's like, oh, fuck. Oh, no way. John grabbed a shotgun from his car and shot 2 rounds into Scott's chest before immediately calling the police and confessing and turning himself in.
I don't know what got over me. I don't know what got over me.
All right, listen, dude. If one of my buddies came up to me and they're just like, I want to scratch and sniff you, I think I could just handle being like, no, versus pulling out the shotty and pumping 2 into the chest, I guess.
He was insecure. Rage filled him.
Which he used the gay panic defense. I didn't know what he was going to do. He was just weird and gay. 91 Court 2 would have been like, I've had that happen. Which was a legal tactic in which a heterosexual person could claim they lost control after dealing with an undesired sexual advance from a homosexual person. The Salem witch trials become more and more real, I feel like, as the years go on. With this, he was given a lesser charge to 2nd-degree murder and was put behind bars until 2017. Well, that doesn't seem. He's been out for a bit now. Wow. 1995. So basically, he was in there for, what, 12 years? 24 years.
Well, he got out 1 year on good behavior.
Good behavior. It's like, well, you did have the gay panic, my friend. That's such a crazy tactic. Well, given the conditions, we still gotta charge you, unfortunately, but we'll knock it down to a 2nd degree. Meeting adjourned. Which, to be fair, I'm not trying to say that the old boy pushing him with the scratch and sniff thing, and he's just like, scratch it. Listen, I'm not saying that's good, but it's a bit of an overreaction, yeah. Or we could talk about John and Kate plus 8, and we get to watch their marriage be destroyed on camera. John and Kate plus 8 was a reality show created in 2007 that followed a couple living their lives with 8 children in Pennsylvania. While the show became massively popular, their lives began to fall apart the longer it continued. Basically, they had a happy family, a big old happy family. We got to basically watch a marriage unfold and burn up into hellfire in real time. That was around the craze too, where it was like following either like a Mormon family with like a cheaper by the dozen situation, or like a bunch of like, there was a bunch of different ones where it was like, I'm just shooting the kids out now. I don't even care. Because that show came out at the same time as like Little People, Big World. That was a thing. Literally just watching like a bunch of little people walk around. They had like one normal son too. You know, there was some producer who was like, oh, fucking jackpot. They have one normal kid. Oh, the show had become so popular that each subsequent season wanted more and more episodes. It got to a point where they had a camera in their face just about every day of the week, something that began to really put the 2 of them on edge. Yeah, dude. Over time, they became absolutely sick of each other. The production heavily leaned into it and even goaded the 2 of them to air out their personal grievances with each other.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey? He's like, breathe quietly.
The crumbling marriage became the new focus of the show. Once again, it's just all these things are all just producers being like, good. You all should talk about it on camera for the show. Yes. And then like they like walk over and he's just like, don't forget to talk about how he refused to put the dishes away. You know what I mean? They're in their ear probably being like, yeah, dude, you're in the fucking right. She's being a bitch. Or they're like, yeah, he's a dickhead. You have different people in their ears 100%.
They're also playing it up of like, no, it's like this will be like therapy. You guys are airing it out.
Yeah, it's going to give other people hope. Marriage is tough, but you guys are going to persevere. Like looks over at his producing partner like, but what followed, a long-running series of controversy pushed by tabloid news outlets, from cheating scandals to public divorce in 2009, and even an ugly 12-year-long custody battle that they would sometimes discuss on televised talk shows. Eventually, in 2022, some of their children began to speak up about their struggles with growing up in front of the camera crew. Their son, Colin, admitted in recent years that it completely tore the family apart, leading to him being extremely distant to his parents. Colin also started to reveal much more shocking behavior from Kate after her divorce. According to him, Kate would specifically target him to vent her frustrations. He'd hear the front door open, and he'd be like, oh, here we go. Here comes Mom with her fucking double-decker stroller or whatever. Colin, I gotta talk. He's like, God damn. This would range from being chastised verbally to having his hands and feet zip-tied and locking him in the basement for several days.
Whoa! What?
Kate had built a special room in the basement that would be covered in cameras so Colin could be surveilled while he was being punished. He was forced to homeschool and live segregated from his other siblings. She's like, well, what else am I going to do with all these cameras? He just left him here. Yeah. Kate had admitted Colin to a mental health facility for behavioral and psychiatric conditions that were later proven to be completely false.
You shouldn't have been there is what you're saying to me.
Yes, shouldn't have, no. It's unfortunate that that's how my mom raised me as a person.